The samurai was about 25 years old when they met at the festival. They met again 10 years later and remained friends. They spent time together drinking, traveling, and sparring. When they had first met, they merely respected each other, but 10 years later, they became best friends. After another decade, the samurai had reached the pinnacle of his swordsmanship and won their duel by a narrow margin. Kamai was so astonished by his defeat, he gave up drinking and began training to become stronger for their next duel. However, another 10 years later, Kamai did not meet the samurai. As it turned out, war had broken out in the south, and the samurai had gone to defend the border. Kamai was unconcerned, because 10 years was nothing in a yokai's lifetime. But when they met once again, Kamai discovered that the samurai was already 65 years old. He couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the samurai's gray hair and scars covering his body.
Hey, old friend. Can you still wield the sword?
I'm getting too old to fight. This time, I've come to say goodbye.
I see. Then, how about one last game of Akitsu Hazura?
All right.
The samurai gave his best effort during the game, but had to quit halfway through because he was too weak. After putting down his agoita, Kamai remained silent for a long time before letting out a long sigh.
What a shame.
Their friendship started as something they looked forward to, and in just a few decades it turned into regret. Lord Kamai's appearance hadn't changed, but his dear friend in front of him had grown old. People often say that those outside the situation can see things more clearly, and I learned a harsh truth after witnessing all of it. Everything that people come to regret. We yokai are different from humans. We have longer lifespans and different natures, but we share the same world. We interact with one another. We are drawn to one another. And when the dream ends, all that is left are sorrowful memories and lingering pain. Even a wise and seasoned yokai like Kamai felt sadness when it was time to say goodbye. Imagine what a pure and kind little...
Oh.
So, you mean...
I was hiding on this beach, waiting for the last of my day. But those 3 yokai came and set up the Akitsu Yugen here, which woke me from my... I didn't want them to approach humans with unbridled optimism and enthusiasm, just because they'd heard the
Is that why you pretended to be a ghost? To scare all the people away? Oh, so you must be the one who trapped that guy on the beach. That was...
My power has become pretty weak now. And most of the time I just use some props I've collected to scare people. But that jerk was greedy. He wanted to steal the decorations from Akitsu Yugen and sell them for... That's why I used my yokai power. To teach him...
Ah, so that's what happened. You have a... By the way, how did you know the rest of the story?
It's okay if you don't want to tell us. I've already figured it out. Your true form is this pair of Hagoita, isn't it?
Hagoita? Oh, wait!
The pair of Hagoita used by Kamai and the human samurai to play Akitsu Hazura hundreds of years. You gradually developed sentience after being influenced by great yokai power. You were the closest to witness their story. Even with the yokai power's blessing, the Hagoita have started to rot away after hundreds of years. You can't sustain yourself, so you were forced to rely on props to scare... And if my theory is correct, this pair of Hagoita is also the item we need.
Excellent work. You figured it all out. Congratulations, little ones. You've passed the 3rd round.
Miko? And the
I apologize for causing you concern. It was
What? Because fear is induced by uncertainty, the more chaotic the situation, the better. Having the event staff also mysteriously vanish only...
So you're the one responsible for all the scary stuff.
Hitomi, go tell the others that the test of courage has ended and...
Now that I've solved the mystery, I'm going back to meet with my client. The intent to steal... I'll see you two later.
Miko, did you choose the Hagoita for the 3rd round of the test of courage?
Miko, Lady Yae, you're...
I followed Kitsune Saigu around the Mikawa Flower Festival one year and saw her play Akitsu Hazura. That was when I saw you. You didn't have a human form at the time and possessed only the earliest traces of...
I remember now. You were on Kitsune Saigu's show.
I went for a stroll on the beach some time ago and sensed a familiar yokai Though your power was weak, I was still able to find you. You were sitting in a tree, I overheard you telling yourself that you must be patient and avoid contact with humans.
Huh? When was that? I didn't...
With your powers being so diminished, it was only natural that you didn't notice me. You must have been blaming yourself all this time. You knew Kamai and the samurai became friends as a
At the time, I couldn't take on a human form like this. I had only a hazy sense of the out. After they first met at the Mikawa Flower Festival, I felt proud. But after they said their final goodbyes, I could often hear Kamai sighing to himself. I couldn't help but hide. Lady Yae, you are a well-known yokai. You must know people meet, become friends, and then go their separate ways. After such a short time, they leave only regret and... Is it really worthwhile for us yokai to interact with humans?
Why not? Tell me, how did you feel when you played Akitsu Yugen with the Traveler?
I felt happy.
But your rationality told you that it was wrong, didn't it? It turns out that there is still another piece to the story of...
What do you mean?
True, but the story doesn't end there. That samurai's name was Yanagibashi Takuto. It is believed that Takuto developed this style of swordsmanship while dueling with Kamai, who had also befriended the 3rd-generation heir of the Soran Ishin art. 500 years ago, Kamai and Tominaga fought side by side until their final moments, and the sword Tominaga wielded was passed down from Yanagibashi. The regret Kamai once felt had finally been... We yokai are not like humans. Humans have... However, the bond formed by friendship will not be broken, but rather carried on, and there's no reason to be upset by this. Time flies by in an instant, and life passes by like a dream.
Hey, compadres!
Ito, what are you doing here?
You told me everything. And I also heard that you won the last round. I even know who the ghost lady is now. Anyway, I had a little discussion with the others, and... Hey, you're that fox lady. Why are you here?
Please just disregard my presence.
Ah, right. All right, listen up. To celebrate the end of the Test of Courage event, we will be holding the Mikawa Flower Festival. I gave it some real thought and realized that it might be kind of difficult for those little yokai to hold the festival on their own. But with my help, it won't be a problem. That's right. Arataki, the one and only Ito, will be in charge of organizing the best Mikawa Flower Festival. And
Hooray for Ito!
Oh.
Can we really trust this guy with the festival?
Hey, what you trying to say? Besides, it won't just be me. Other people will help too. Even my bro Ayato is gonna be there. Everyone's busy getting ready, and the festival will be up and running in no time. It won't be long until you can all join the fun.
You're the best, Ito!
what would a festival be without me? I'll be sure to go have a look too. It has been some time since...
Paimon's gotta admit, Ito done... A festival, delicious food, count Paimon in!
All right, I'll join.
Looks like the festival has started! Let's go check it out! Ito and Goro! What are you two talking about?
Oh, I was just saying that if I had more time, I'd have built a massive fishing pond.
Fishing? You know, when I lived on Watatsumi Island, I used to just dive into the sea and catch fish with my bare hand.
Take it from an expert, using your hands to catch fish is nowhere near it. Just the other day, I caught a fish so big that I didn't even know how to handle it. I even wrote a letter to Yae Publishing House about it.
That's an unusual problem to have.
Huh? A big fish? How come you didn't tell us?
Huh? You wrote a letter to...
Oh, you bet I did. I wrote to the That's Life column and asked Miss Hina for advice. She's so amazing. She got back.
Huh. What a coincidence. I do some part-time work there, and I recently received a similar letter.
You mean the letter was about dealing with a giant fish they caught? No. Could it be? Could it be that there's someone as good at fishing as I am? Oh, not on my watch. Hey, you all go enjoy the festival. I'm gonna get out there and... Just you wait. I'll be inviting you all to my fish feast.
Aw, the string snapped. I was so... Yoimiya, this is more difficult than it looks. Can you...
Don't worry. Let me show you a little trick. Just remember that your hand has to be quick.
Yo-Yo Tsuri! Paimon's seen this game in some light novel.
Do you want to give it a shot? Close one eye, aim carefully, and fish it out.
Oh, it looks kinda tricky. Paimon will let the traveler try. You have to catch at least...
But Yoimiya, if I close one eye, I won't be able to see anything.
This ramen is so good.
Yes, it feels like it's been...
You mean you don't get to eat ramen very often, Ayaka? But it's...
Oh, it's you. We'll need 2 more bowls of ramen, please. Food like ramen and hot pot tend to have a lot of oil and salt.
Oh, that's
Yeah, now Paimon totally gets why Ayaka would put cake into hot pot.
Huh?
Oh, please. No.
Phew, I'm stuffed and feeling a little sleepy.
By the way, were there any special stalls at yokai festivals in the past?
Yes, but... Well, it's a long story.